That's solid, right? Not bad. Mm. An air fryer for first place? That's crazy, bro. That's crazy work right there. I'm gonna make a prediction right now. Yu-Gi-Oh is officially like they're number 3 in the TCG rankings as far as gameplay. You got Magic, Pokemon, then Yu-Gi-Oh. I think One Piece is coming out for that number 3 spot, and possibly number 2. One Piece gameplay has been really popular, but Yu-Gi-Oh is on its last leg right now. That's terrible.
What is up, everybody? It's your boy Rogue here. So, as you guys can see at the video at the start of this video, that Yu-Gi-Oh community has officially become the laughingstock of the TCG community, the major TCG community rather, and I wanted to go over that video, give my honest opinion about Yu-Gi-Oh pricing and why it sucks. At the start of the video, smash the like button, hit the video to 100 likes, and if you're feeling it, hit that subscribe button for more Yu-Gi-Oh content. Also, make sure you guys check out my description down below, where you guys can save you some money on some Yu-Gi-Oh products. Yu-Gi-Oh Mint, you save 7%, and then Imperium Duelist, save 10%. Link in the description down below. So, in this video, you guys just saw dude goes over Pokemon regionals, which gave you like what, 10K for first place. They Magic regionals gave you like 5K, if I remember correctly. And then Yu-Gi-Oh regionals, you saw the post with the dude winning the air fryer. First off, I want to say that's cap. Yu-Gi-Oh regionals does not give you guys air fryers. Don't believe the hype. We actually get less than an air fryer. We get a freaking playmat for Yu-Gi-Oh regionals. That's it. That's all. Like the video, hit the subscribe button for more. All right, all jokes aside, it was cap, but not really. So the way Yu-Gi-Oh regionals are structured, guys, is completely different from all other card games. In the Yu-Gi-Oh TCG, for you guys that may not have been to a regionals before, top 8 gets a playmat, top 4 gets deck boxes, and that's it. And it's up to your local OTS to give you guys additional prizing for said event. So for the specific regionals that dude showed in his TikTok video, the regionals gave them air fryers, which I think was dope because most Yu-Gi-Oh players, let's be real, we're all adults, we're not kids anymore. So an air fryer at my age, in the ripe old age of 34, I'm all for it. I can always go for an extra air fryer. Now, outside of the air fryer thing, a good equivalent of what dude should have showed to make the video more relevant is a YCS. YCSs are Yu-Gi-Oh's equivalent of Pokemon's regionals. The pricing is a little bit better. YCS, you think you get like travel accommodations to your next event. If you win it, you get the prize structure be on the screen. You get your prize card, and then you get the dice now. You get your border. Like, there's a big top cut breakout. But Yu-Gi-Oh still, everything Yu-Gi-Oh gets for winning a big event or topping a big event, the prize structure is still way below what you will get in games like One Piece, Pokemon, and Magic. And I'm mentioning One Piece because dude said in his video that he predicts Yu-Gi-Oh getting bumped out of the big 3 in place for One Piece. I'm here to say that's BS. I don't think that'll ever happen. One Piece is a great card game, but I'm a Bandai fanatic. If you guys know anything about me, I used to play a game called the Naruto CCG. And at the time, back in from 2006 up to like 2012, the Naruto CCG was huge. I think it was number 4, almost going into the big 3, fighting the big 3 slots for one of the best card games of the early 2000s. The only thing is, Bandai has a history of fumbling card games. But not only that, it's the game it's an anime-based card game, so the game relevancy is based off an anime. Now, a lot of you guys might be saying, well, Chris, Yu-Gi-Oh is an anime-based card game. While that is true, the difference is Yu-Gi-Oh is an anime-based card game based on a card game within the said anime. So naturally, Yu-Gi-Oh is gonna be more of a card game that once the anime is over, people can still live out their Yu-Gi-Oh fan fiction dreams and play the card game as they see fit. And not to mention as well, Yu-Gi-Oh is one of the greatest card games of all time because it stood the test of time, being out since the 90s in Japan and the early 2000s in the United States, that they're gonna have longtime players of the game coming into the game left and right, and then leaving the game, coming back, leave the game, coming back. Then on top of that as well, we've gotten so many players get into the game just from being around forever. There's so many people I've met throughout the years, guys, who've played Yu-Gi-Oh through word of mouth. Now, it's not a lot, but there's a lot of people I've met throughout the years who played Yu-Gi-Oh but never seen an anime. So, with all of that being said, man, my biggest issue with Yu-Gi-Oh, because I'm not really here to talk crap on dude's video. I think his video meant well. Is, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh is on the bottom total poll for prizing. But, you know, that's neither here or there. Us Yu-Gi-Oh players, we know that. I just wanted to clear the air on the video that was shown for you guys that might care. Now, and for you guys that may not have ever been to a big event. Now, in my opinion, in order for Yu-Gi-Oh to fix this issue, because it is a big issue, and this actually pivots into a topic I was going to talk about, but I might as well talk about it here right now. I miss when Yu-Gi-Oh prizes was great. Now, granted, the Yu-Gi-Oh prizes was never the level of a $10,000 first prize for winning a YCS or back in the day a Shonen Jump. And it was never this money because Kazuka Takahashi, we all know the story that he didn't want cash prizing because of Japanese gambling laws, right? Well, you know what? RIP to him. And even when he was alive, I was like, dude, that's the goofiest thing in the world. We need cash prizing for the game to survive and, you know, stay on top. Because if Yu-Gi-Oh ever had cash prizing, bro, it'd be #1 card game hands down, because a lot more people will be more invested into Yu-Gi-Oh. And a lot of players argue against that because they say, well, Yu-Gi-Oh, I don't want Yu-Gi-Oh has cash prizing because it's too competitive, and it'd be more competitive with cash prizing than it would be without it. And I'm just like, dude, it's already overly competitive. How much more overly competitive you guys think Yu-Gi-Oh would be if it didn't have cash prizing? If it had cash prizing, that's goofy, right? Like, you would think people would want cash, but there's a good amount of people in the community who say cash will ruin the game. I'm like, dude, the game's already ruined in the sense of needing better pricing. We're gonna have to get better pricing eventually. Like, and to pivot back to my original point when I was saying, hey, I want Yu-Gi-Oh to have great pricing games, but I think during the Upper Deck days, Yu-Gi-Oh had decent pricing. The prize cards were good, and the actual things you to win, I think you would get like first place a prize card. So let's say, for example, at the peak of Yu-Gi-Oh pricing, you got Crush Card Virus, which back in the early 2000s was going for $3,000. So you translate that to today's money, I don't know what the number will be, but I have it on the screen right here. That's a lot of freaking money from early 2000s Crush Card Virus, pivoted that into 2024. That's at least 4,000 if my math is right, maybe more, maybe less. And you got Alienware laptops for like Top Cut. It was insane. Upper Deck pricing was dope. And when I was younger, it motivated me to actually want to win an event, so that way I could at least get me a old school Alienware laptop with a prize card and make at least $6 to $7 grand back in pricing, because Alienware computers are expensive. They're no joke. A brand new Alienware computer nowadays is like $3 to $4 grand easily. But Yu-Gi-Oh nowadays, you get a Steam Deck that's like $700. The prize cards suck because they're all generic vanillas. And, you know, there's a big crowd of people who are motivated to go to events. Like, shout out to Terrific Gaming for winning the last YCS of the year with his Rizal Fiendsmith deck. So there's people who are motivated to the game. And the teams are a thing again in the game. However, it'd be better for us to have prizing because the players deserve it. Now, with that being said, I really think prizes in this game will be better if we had powerful prize cards like we had before. Now, we don't have to have a Crush Card Virus. Like I've mentioned this in other videos. It don't have to be Crush Card Virus level of toxicity, but I think a great example would have been Mochami Fuwalos or Mochami Perilia. The Mochamis would have been dope prize cards. Reason being, you need 3 for them to be relevant. You'd have to win 3 YCSs in order to run them at their full power. And even when you have 3, they're not guaranteed to give you a victory, but they still give you a little bit of an edge. And I think that's something people would have appreciated. Then, of course, 5 years down the line, reprint them for everybody to have them and give us a TCG format where everyone has access to said cards. Because it'll do 2 things. One, it'll give a small amount of players a prize card that they don't need to win, but it'll help them out. But for 2, if it's not in circulation, people like me who don't want to drop $600 on a play set of hand traps that you kind of need to compete, we don't have to worry about running into it at locals and feeling bad that we don't want to drop damn near half of our rent money on freaking Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Now, the biggest thing I hate about the Yu-Gi-Oh community as a whole when it comes to the prize discussion is, they're always saying, oh, it's always the players who never gonna win and that complains about pricing. It's like, dude, a lot of us are good. I'm a good player. A lot of you guys are good players. The reason why we don't do as well as some of these other dudes who go to these events and do well is because, dude, we're smart with our money. Everyone's not gonna drop a quarter of their paycheck to play Yu-Gi-Oh, even if you made 6 figures. it's not financially smart to buy a $1,500 Yu-Gi-Oh deck, or if you want to max rarity out, do a Team Samurai and buy a 10K Yu-Gi-Oh deck just to go to a tournament to potentially do well. A lot of us aren't that dumb with our money. That's a bad investment. And that's not saying people who do it is dumb or bad, but I think that's a bad investment for your money. Unless you're a content creator like a Team Samurai who is going to make their money back tenfold doing that, it's not worth it for you, dog. Like, honestly, unless you just got money to blow, then hey, by all means do it. The average Yu-Gi-Oh player don't. But just because the average Yu-Gi-Oh player is smart with our money don't mean we don't have the same skill. A lot of us will be just as good as the players who top a lot if we put the time and effort into the game. But that's neither here or there. I'm not trying to stroke my own ego with this topic. I'm just saying in general that to wrap this video up, I didn't want the video to be too long. I just think Yu-Gi-Oh is in a point where we're close to being the #1 card game. We just need our prize structure fixed. And I think the community is part of the problem personally, because they don't give Konami enough energy to increase the pricing. I think a lot of people gave up hope on getting better pricing. But on top of that, dog, people in our community just need to speak out more so that way we can get it done. And Konami has gotten better with it over the past season when the pros quit. They started adding more stuff to the prize pool. But I think, honestly, into the next season, giving us prize cards that are not generic vanillas, but that are good, but just not good enough to give us a super edge over everyone else and guarantee to win the event like people used to do back in the day with Crush Card Virus, I think that's pretty healthy. It gives people an incentive to want to go win. Or hell, give us prize cards like Alternate our Blue Eyes White Dragon. Something that if you win it, you could flip it for an easy 5 to 10K. But, you know, everyone has been saying these topics, so this is not a new argument. It's just something that I feel like had to be said, because like I said, I don't know the dude who did the TikTok video. However, just with him saying, oh, Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments, you get a freaking air fryer. I'm like, dude, a Yu-Gi-Oh regionals is not the same as a Pokemon regional. They're two completely separate events. But anyway, man, tell me what you guys think about this video. Comment section down below. Like the video if you're new here. If you want to subscribe for more, subscribe for more. It's your boy Rogue Hero, and I'm signing out. Peace. You guys go win them air fryers, and I'm signing out. Peace.